Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you the 40 most important tricks to compete in ARK Survival Ascended. By the end of this video you'll be on your way to becoming a pro ARK player by using these tips yourself. But first, if you're enjoying the content, smash that subscribe button like it owes you money and turn on notifications so you never miss a thing. And now, let's get into it. Did you know that you can charge your batteries in your base? The only thing you need to have is a makeshift mega lab from ARK Bob Tall Tales. If you have one set up, just put in the batteries you want to charge and it will do so. And the best thing? The lab doesn't even have to be powered. Ever wondered how people get their superfood with custom recipes? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. First you'll need a cooking pot, an empty node and some ingredients. Place the empty node into the cooking pot and open its radial menu. Select make recipe and add your ingredients. Secret tip number 1. Use element dust only. It's the most effective one for both food and drinks. Now enter a cool name for your food or for your drink and click on make recipe. But wait, getting only 26 points in food, stamina and health? That's not great. And here's what makes a huge difference. Level up your character's crafting skill. And now with 104 levels in crafting skill, we're going to craft another recipe with 40 element dust. As you see, with 351 points in each stat, the recipe became much more effective. And now secret tip number 2. For the final touch, craft the recipe while the focal chili buff is active. That gives your recipe an even stronger boost. With the focal chili buff active, the final recipe gets 382 points in each stat. Enjoy your food and don't eat too much. As you probably know, you can't ride flyers in most caves, but there's actually a trick to bypass that. Just set the default destination of an outside teleporter to one inside your cave. Then ride your flyer and teleport yourself to that destination. Now you can walk around your flyer inside the cave. Just don't try to take off or it won't work. Did you ever ask yourself if there is a way to kill soakers faster than with a bleeding tame? Yes, there is. The not anymore so new Deinosuchus does a ton of damage with its secondary attack called Gigabyte. And I'm going to show you how it works. Make sure your croc is leveled to around 880 melee. At this point the damage from the Gigabyte is capped and you don't need any more points leveled into it. And now hold your key for the secondary attack to charge up the Gigabyte. Release after you reached 100% and then wish your enemy all the best for the future. Your tech chest has a hover mode that can be toggled by shift on PC, L on PlayStation and X on Xbox. With hover mode activated, you no longer need to hold the jump button to stay in midair, what makes it way more comfortable to fly around. If you ever faced the glitchy tech legs that consume more element than a teenage giga at the field tech trough, don't worry, there's a simple fix. Just unequip and re-equip your tech legs and you're good to go. Do you want to fly smoothly using Tech Punch without getting stuck after each animation? Here is how it works. Place any structure or removable skin in your hotbar, and then, just before the Tech Punch animation ends, press the hotbar key, and your character will keep flying. By the way, you can also use Tech Punch while holding a shield using the same trick. To do it, hold up your shield with the secondary attack button, then press your primary attack while still blocking, and boom, Tech Punch with a shield. Do you also want to see your character and dino stats in numbers as I do over here? Easy. Go to Settings, General, User Interface and turn Toggle Extended HUD Info on. After that, simply press H on keyboard, hold the view button on Xbox or hold the touchpad on PlayStation. If that doesn't work, check what key or button you have mapped to Extended HUD Info in your settings. If you're wearing tech gauntlets, you can also display your current coordinates in the top left corner by activating the HUD info from tip number 9. Another super useful trick is healing your tames with a snow owl that has been glitched into unlimited stamina. To do so, you need 2 snow owls. Hop on the first snow owl and freeze the second one. Now jump off and hop on the second owl as soon as you're able to. Then use the healing attack and immediately jump off the owl again. It will keep healing your dino and the stamina won't get lower. The next tip is about wyvern raising. If you want to raise a batch of wyvern, do not feed them with milk. Instead use a snow owl or a daredon to heal them up when they are low on HP. This method is way more efficient than feeding milk since you don't have to farm it and the wyvern will lose HP very slowly. If you are not using gachas to get silica pearls, you have to start it right now. Get yourself some phoenixes and place a gacha below them. It will collect the dropped silica pearls from the phoenixes. This will get you a ton of pearls over time. You can use the same method with acatinas to get a big amount of passive farm paste. As you probably know, gachas can produce all kinds of resources, including valuable ones like element dust and black pearls. Most gacha farm videos will show setups using white traps or berry seeds with snow owl pellets. But what if I told you there is a better way, where you do not need any owls or spoiling white traps? Start farming the flint and craft a ton of stone arrows. Since stone arrows count as ammo, they actually have an even higher quality yield than white traps do. For the best effect, level your gacha's crafting skill up to 160%. But do not get any higher, since after 160% you will get more high quality crystals without resources inside. And now we're going to give each of our black pearl producing gachas 100 stone arrows and let them drop some crystals. After around 4 minutes, each of them dropped 3 crystals filled with black pearls. As you see, we converted 200 stone arrows in 167 black pearls. This way, we are producing over 100,000 black pearls within only 10 hours, using only 4 pairs of gachas on official servers. And of course, we can do the very same thing with our element dust gachas. Here in this case, we're converting 400 arrows into 1430 dust in around 7 to 8 minutes only. That means if you keep 10 pairs of gachas fed with stone arrows for 15 hours, you'll get a full dedicated storage filled with element dust. The next trick is about copying dino settings. Let's say you're lining up your breeders in your cave and want them all set to enable mating, ignore group whistles, and with enable ally looking turned off. To do so, open a dino's radial menu, select behavior, and then choose copy settings to nearby dinos, in this case Stegosaurus. And voila, all the Stegosaurus nearby have the same settings now. And another small but very effective one for our breeders, or for players that being close to a lot of lined up dinos. From what I learned, most breeders ain't smart enough to set their dinos on ignore group whistles. Because of that, I recommend to unbind all your whistles that affect the dinos around you, so you won't get cooked by your tribe mates if you accidentally whistle summon all dinos. Let's move on to some PvP tips. Whether you have a small base or a fully stacked war room, make sure to place a parasaur on turret mode nearby. They will alert you whenever an enemy gets close. And as every PvPer knows, that's crucial these days, especially with so many raids coming through the mesh. And this one is for all the Theri lovers out there. Using the Theri's pick attack, you can directly hit the player riding an enemy dino. I mean, this should actually be very well known, but I still see a lot of Theri fights with the pick attack not being used. If you use any other attack, you'll only damage the dino and not the rider. Did you ever use the Shastasaurus from the center in PvP? If not, it is now time to change that. Long story short, you can destroy enemy structures by shooting normal rockets as torpedoes from the Shastasaurus while swimming into the enemy defenses. To activate the torpedo mode, cycle through the abilities by using the key combinations on the right side of the screen. One of the most useful creatures in PvP is the Pyromane. Besides burning your enemies and being your heat shield in hot areas or giving you warm in colder regions, you can also use the Pyromane to prevent fall damage. While falling down and having your Pyromane on your shoulder, simply transform into the big hot cat and dash away with your second attack. There you go, no fall damage taken. When it comes to raiding, place C4 in the middle of 4 structures to damage them all at the same time to save you a lot of C4. If you are willing to soak some enemy turrets, make sure to stack at least a few buffs and boosts to dramatically reduce the damage to your dinosaur. In this case, I'm going to show you in numbers what that means. We are starting on a non-imprinted and not made boosted Stegosaur with a capped saddle. As you see, we're getting 66 damage per shot. Next, we're hopping on an imprinted Stego with the same saddle and still without made boost. As you see, we are already down to 46 damage per shot. While being made boosted, the same imprinted Stego only takes 31 damage per shot. Last but not least, we are adding the UT buff to reduce the incoming damage even more. Now we are at 25 damage per hit. And of course you can tweak that even more by adding veggie cakes to your Stego, a Deodon to heal your Stego, or a Dinotherium to give the Stego an additional buff. But who wants to pop out 5 dinos and wait 25 minutes to soak a few turrets? If you want to come in hot in offenses or defenses, use wall-dropped pillars. For that, just place a pillar in the ground, attach a quarter wall and a ceiling, place the vault on top of that ceiling, and then destroy the ceiling. And voila, 50k more HP for that pillar. Did you ever find yourself in a PvP situation where you have been grappled and you couldn't get off it? It's probably because you aimed for the grapple or the wire itself while trying to cut, and not on the player that grappled you. Yes, you heard right. If you directly aim on that guy that grappled you, you can cut yourself off. Every single time. Oh yeah, here's a neat one. Did you know that you can swap your entire armor set with just 2 clicks? To do so, just create folders in your inventory and place your armor pieces inside them. After that, simply right-click on the folder and then left-click equip all folder items, and boom, your armor gets instantly swapped out. Everyone's faced it at least 1000 times already. You are mid-raid and can't place anything because of hidden pillars or foundations. Here's a sneaky trick to find them. Go into camera mode, find a hole near you that lets you move the camera into the mesh and peek through. With the right angle, you'll spot every hidden structure in no time. And here's a small greenhouse lesson. To get a 300% greenhouse effect on your crop plots, you only have to care about a glass ceiling above the crop plots and the amount of glass structures you are going to attach on that ceiling. There is no need to build a 2x2 or 3x3, 2 walls high, or whatever people are telling you. You only need to have a glass ceiling above the crop plots and as many glass structures attached to it to reach 300% effectiveness, while every structure adds 15% effectiveness. And of course, build it outside where the sun can shine through. In most caves, you can't use that. Are you still farming berries with dinos? Stop it. Stop it right now. Build yourself a super overpowered berry cart. Why? Because the carts put the berries from the crop plots placed on top of the cart automatically in nearby troughs. This build is an example for the video what can of course be modified to your needs. And now, while you're watching the building, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. It's for free and helps me a lot. Thank you. And in case you love the card already, you will love it even more after this trick. You can put a tech trough right next to the card and a storage box on top of it. If you then put your farmed milk or nameless venom into that storage box, it will transfer it to the tech trough and set its boiling timer to 2 days. Talking about tech troughs, another building tutorial. The last one in this video, I promise. Here you will learn how to stack tech troughs as you see in the video. Lean back and enjoy. Are you overweight and you wish you could walk around like normal? Yes, you can. Get a mobility trait from an OSD and attach it to your chest in the makeshift Mega Lab. That gives your character a minimum movement speed even if you're completely overloaded. And as soon as you're overloaded with the mobility trait, you can walk around as usual. And the next one is about boss fights. You can easily beat the dragon solo with a Theri only. If you have a vampiric trait on your Theri, you won't even need any cakes to beat the boss, since the Theri will completely heal up during the fight. Make sure to stop farm hide while killing wild creatures. Get yourself a novice that has high mutations in HP and put all available levels into the HP stat. Now the novice has a special option called slaughter in its radial menu when you have equipped a tool like a hatchet or a chainsaw. Now slaughter the novice and then grind it down with your chainsaw. Do not forget a melee buff and to level your character into melee damage. As you see, you get a ton of hide, pelt and raw mutton. Put away the resources you don't need if you're slot capped and restart the process. And now from a single sheep we got 17k hide on 1x rates. If you are building or moving some heavy stuff, put the items in your shoulder pad, for an example into the Pyromane. Doing that, you will get a weight reduction of 50% on it. As you see, I got a weight of 182.5 on my character. And as soon as I put all the stuff into my shoulder pad, the weight will drop to half of it. Not on the Pyromane though, but for my character. Farming golden eggs can be a real pain, but if you're planning to tame some Rhinognathas, you can't skip it. Sometimes they crave one during the process. In this clip, I'll show you the easiest and most efficient way to farm them eggs. Yeah, first make sure your Hesperornis is set to attack your target. Then carry it on your shoulder and heat into the water. Kill a fish with your sword and toss your bird onto the dead fish. It will automatically start eating it. After your birdie eats about 5 to 7 fish, it will swim to the shore and lay an egg. With some luck, it'll be the golden one. If not, just repeat the process. Some people let the Hesperornis swim freely on attack your target mode, but I'm not a fan of that. I've accidentally slaughtered too many Hespies that way. After 3 more tries off camera and another 5 fish eaten, it'll swim back to the shore again and finally lay its golden egg. In average, it takes me like 3 to 4 tries until I get the golden egg. When it comes to farming element on Astraeus or Extinction, you are going for element veins. To absolutely maximize the amount of element you're getting from the vein, you need a high leveled melee mantis, a good pickaxe, May boost, a UT, and a town bell. Yes, you heard right, a town bell. An activated town bell boosts the element you get from the vein dramatically. During a 5.5 event on official small tribes, we got almost 4k element from a single alpha vein that way. Here is another overpowered trick for running OSDs efficiently. Position yourself at the spawn points where the corrupted creatures spawn each round. Why? Because if you and your trimates are already in place before the wave starts, you can easily spawn kill the enemies the moment they appear. Most of them won't even get a chance to move, they'll die instantly. This massively reduces the pressure on the drop and shortens the time between waves. It's one of the fastest and cleanest way to clear OSDs, especially on higher difficulties where things can get chaotic fast. Trust me, you have probably never farmed OSDs this easily before. Try it out and thank me later in the comments. Did you ever ask yourself how people get their nameless tribe names? Well, I'm going to show it to you really quick. Copy these 2 horses from the video description down below. Then put it in as a tribe name and boom, Nameless. It's honestly kind of awkward that I only learned this recently, but it's not just Battle Tartar that boosts your melee damage. Beer and Enduro Stew also give you a melee buff. One important thing to note though, you can't use Battle Tartar and Enduro Stew at the same time. They override each other, but both of them can be combined with beer for an even stronger effect. So next time you prep for a tough fight, don't forget to bring a round of drinks, literally. Now a small one, but still super helpful. While moving items from your inventory to another one, you can use some tricks that help you to do so. Drag it normally and it moves the selected stack. While holding shift down on your keyboard, it moves only 50% of the selected stack. Double clicking the item with shift being held down moves only 5 from the stack. Double click the item to move only 1 of the stack. With shift being held down, you can split your stacks inside your inventory. With the extinguisher grenade, you can turn off enemy generators. even if they are built in. You don't believe me? Watch me doing it right here. Yes, you can turn into tech fish. To do so, use your flippers combined with a tech chest and you're the fastest fish in the ocean. And now support the channel with a like and a sub, or an aggressive gig I might just find your coordinates. Just saying. Thanks for watching, goodbye.